And I just became a seal there for a second. Welcome to Talk Spec.
It's such a professional name for us.
This is that we've never actually done anything like that. It does feel like Jimmy Fallon, So can you tell me about what you're working on? Can I advertise your new book, please?
It feels like we're on the radio.
Yeah, a little bit like that, but just with more coolant.
Yeah, there is coolant everywhere right now, and an MR2 that is leaking.
This is the coolant vending machine. It just leaks it more and more.
Do you know what? When you said that, it reminds me of the, because I'm chronically online, I watch a lot of reels. I have to say, I don't watch a lot of reels. I'm not a reels guy. You know, there's like the clip where it's like the penis snipper guy.
No,
these guys will know.
I haven't got a fucking clue.
It'll be like
we have 3 topics. We're going to run through all 3 of those, plus a little update on the projects that we've got going on, because always get asked where the videos are, and they're all being made. They're just not out yet.
Literally,
basically,
all of the videos of all time are being made right now.
Like the Mercedes, that has how many videos worth of footage? Like 5 or 6. We just haven't got around to that yet.
So we're on.
Just flexing the smartwatch there.
Yeah.
Just checking
It doesn't even say what day it is. 11th of June, 2026.
How long have you owned that car?
I bought that car in 2 days before Christmas, 2023.
And he started, believe it or not, he started recording the second he got it.
Day one.
So there's terabytes of footage. Yeah. And also the Merc stuff. What else have we got going on? We have the MR2, which is going from strength to strength, really.
Yeah.
Every day it just gets better.
It's like advanced jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. And it's like everything outside looks pretty good. Underneath, not necessarily like crusty or like holy, but just everything's original. Nothing's been touched. Yeah, apart from the silicone sealant holding in the front plastics. Really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, whoever did that.
But I mean, it's like what we said when we go to look at cars, we always go like, we would much rather see it in an honest but worst condition than a good but very like too polished.
Yeah.
For example, red WRX,
which was just probably entirely fiberglass underneath.
It was like 10 grand and the entire underside of it was made of black hammerite paint. It was beautiful. It's
like, sure, it might be fine, but you wouldn't know.
No.
Whereas this is more honest. This is more like, good luck chasing my high idle problem.
Well, we went to look at it, didn't we, originally? And we found out on the way, was it on the way, that it had no MOT?
I think so, yeah, the day off. Because we went to go and look at a facelift, and this was on the way. We were like, we'll just call in.
Yeah, we were going up to Bristol, and then we were like, we'll stop here.
And then the guy was like, I should have bought the other one. The other guy messaged me on Facebook that evening and was like, I'm really sorry. Is there something in my ads that like put you off? And I was like, no, I just didn't.
Something in my ass.
My ass? No, in my ad.
You said ass.
Clip that. No, I will check that. But no, it was like, is there something in my ad that put you off?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, your ad's really good. Like, I had all the pictures. This had no information.
No, it's like 3 pictures. Classic, I don't want to say it in an offensive way, but typical boomer.
It was like appreciating classic.
Yeah, it was like best car you'll ever buy.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling you mileage or history.
To be fair, I want to drive it all the time, but it just has some things.
Yeah.
It has some things. High ideal is one of them.
High ideal.
And then the other cars, TT would probably be the next one on the list.
Yeah. I imagine that video will come out before some of the stuff that's on its way for this.
Yeah.
But similar thing, a Copart special where...
You calling my car a Copart special?
Similar to this.
Oh, yeah.
Categorized write-off.
Yeah, it's also missing a few screws.
But yeah, we have managed to piece together a lot of the problems on that car, get that car back onto the road.
It's been on the road a while now.
We did a bit of a archaeological dig of all of the paraphernalia inside the car, which was fun. So if you remember, you'll see the uncut version of everything we found. There was a lot of stuff. A lot of vapes.
A lot of vapes.
But lots of other stuff as well. So yeah, been dialing that in. I mean, it's been on the road now for almost a year.
It has been a while. You've been dailying it every now and then. Dailied it in the snow until the Howdex decided to seize up.
That was very funny.
You're like, oh, welded diff. Crazy work.
Yeah, so I mean, we were piecing it back together.
And the video, we're piecing the videos together.
And we're piecing the videos together. I mean, the issue we have is my technical ability versus my vision for how the video is to come together does not match. So it's like I'm translating my ideas to the very, very talented Ryan. And then Ryan's...
So talented.
Yeah.
So talented.
Significantly more talented than I am.
Just look how professional the setup is, man.
We got a plant.
Unbelievable.
Where's everyone else's plant?
This is like one of those what do they call them, like life coach kind of setup.
Yeah.
Just minus the tires.
We've got a money box.
Yeah.
We
got Mark 1 Focus.
The rally
We've
car.
got the
snake plant.
We've got it all.
Yeah, and we've got a pallet and 2 wheels.
Also, the other problem with the TT videos is you've shot them, and then afterwards we're going to make the video maybe like this. Like our vision has changed like 3 times.
Yeah.
Which makes things a bit awkward. Whereas when we've been filming the MR2, but we've been filming it the way that we've kind of got a plan.
Yeah, we started off based on the concept to begin with. Yeah. So that's cool. So we got that one. We have all of the Mercedes footage, which is like 3 years in the making. The TT, the MR2. Is there anything else?
We have the WRX.
The WRX.
Which you might see. I'm not sure. Might have seen. But that's a car that is almost like it's working, and I want to leave it like that until I really need to start working on it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Crazy thing. I bet because it wasn't sat for ages, it'll be easier to work on than that.
100%.
Like there's a lot that needs doing on that car. Needs welding. Like
welding.
All the cars. Needs all the brakes. Potentially all the tyres. Although tyres are in good nick, they're just not very good tyres. Needs arms and suspension stuff like the MR2. But where this is MOT is in like 4 weeks, that's in like 8 months. So I don't have to worry about that until then.
Cushy.
But it does actually run and drive, doesn't overheat. Crazy. Head gaskets are pretty good. The dust that came off when I tapped that. What else? Doesn't idle really high.
No, that's cool.
There are a lot of benefits to that car. Was relatively cheap for what it was.
Yeah.
But is also not in great nick. Like, I don't know, it's not...
It's an honest car. You've got 2 honest cars that need a bit of TLC.
But crazy that the Subaru runs better than the Toyota.
That is unheard of.
But and then is that it?
Yeah, they're all that's the fleet so far.
And the Kia.
Yeah, the Kia.
It's not video related. It's just Kia.
It just works. Just does.
Just the best day.
It is just his car.
Yeah. Gets you from A to B.
Yeah, his car.
Yeah, just want a car that gets me from A to B. That's all I want.
Yeah. My Aston.
Speaking of cars that get you from A to B.
Yeah.
Maybe. What about JQ?
Oh yeah. That was in the news, wasn't it? JQ has surpassed Citroen and Seat for UK car sales this year. Like 28,000, maybe 29,000 units.
Seat I can get because they split Seat and Cupra, didn't they?
Yeah.
And there are a lot of Cupras on the road now, but that's a separate brand. The Citroen one, I'll be honest,
they're everywhere.
I never saw Citroen as like one of the top sellers. Was it up there?
I'd imagine they are.
There are a lot of Citroens, I guess, when you think. But do they count DS as a separate?
That's
thing?
Separate again. But I think what they meant on the article. Now this is again this is classic, unfounded, unchecked information. But I'm pretty sure it was the JQ7, the fake.
Looks a bit like
allegedly fake. Velar, is it? Range Rover?
Now the 7 is a bit smaller, I think.
Generic looking
They
SUV.
all look like Range Rovers, don't they?
But I think it's just that surpassed the entirety of Citroen and Seat.
'Cause
Whereas I think as a whole, maybe they're still more.
Okay.
So
Right, that makes sense. Because the JQ fake Range Rovers, they look like, you know how like every car in GTA is sort of based on a real car?
Uncanny Valley type stuff.
And there is a fake Range Rover in GTA that looks like
the JQ.
The JQ.
Yeah.
And they probably went, guys, GTA is one of the highest, highest player count games every year. Maybe we should start basing cars off that.
Yeah.
The thing about JQs is really interesting. Can't really slate them too much because I will take £1 million from them.
Yeah.
Is the owners sort of Facebook groups, groups are really funny because they'll pop up on your feed. Boomer uses Facebook.
Nice.
And then you just kind of see people going, oh, I'm taking my 3-month-old JQ back and I will never return to this company ever again. And they'll take a picture of underneath and it's rustier than that.
Yeah.
And it's like a 3-month-old car.
It is a curious thing because a lot of like older people will tell you that the initial influx of Japanese cars was approached with the same skepticism. So people were like, oh, I wouldn't ever own a Japanese car. I would only ever buy a Ford or a Chevrolet or a Vauxhall or a Rover. You know, it was, they were like, they didn't like it because it was unknown. And I'm not going to say that everything that comes out of China is bad because I'm sure there's good stuff. But when you see that they are not underbody protected, but they're still selling them within one of the rustiest climates in the world, probably not a good thing. And then the one that gets me when it comes to Chinese cars is, did you see that car reviewer? I believe he was European. I wouldn't like to guess where, but he was yapping away about the interior quality and he was saying it feels kind of plasticky. And then he shakes the steering wheel and he snaps the steering column in half. Now, I don't know if that's been disproven as fake, but you could definitely find that on the internet. It was an Omoda.
Right, okay.
And he was like,
Sherry,
he was like, and then he just had the steering wheel and steering column in his hand, like. That's
mental. But then I've watched the Harry Metcalf video.
Yeah.
And he likes it. I mean, he doesn't like it like.
What, the JQ?
The JQ. The JQ7, because he put out the thing about it being one of the fastest selling or the best selling cars. And he was like, well, I'm going to see if it's any good. And he drives it and he's like, I can see why people buy these. Because this doesn't feel like a 30 grand car. This feels like a 70 grand car.
Well, it's the thing is to bear in mind, like 30 grand as a reference point from 15 or so years ago would be, I don't know, base model Polo, base model Golf.
How long ago are we talking?
Like 15 years ago, 2010.
Yeah, you get like a 3 Series for that.
3 Series?
Yeah.
30 grand.
Yeah. Base model 316i, no options. Because you've got to remember when we were growing up, so 2010, 15 years ago, whatever, you like the M3 was 50 grand.
Yeah, that's true. Relative, isn't it, to inflation? But I suppose what is 30 grand now? Besides that, what's 30 grand in normal?
Duke, Qashqai.
So
Renault 5. Maybe Renault 5 is a bit less.
But it's a smaller car, isn't it?
Yeah, different class of car.
So would you say, we'd have to look.
The Mazda 3 probably is about 30 grand now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was 30 grand when we tested it.
When we tested it. It's, but then also like, I get it. If the world is like obsessed with status. If your JQ looks like, because they do look like, if we didn't know, if we just saw a JQ, wow, that person's got a bit of money. But because we know, it's like, okay.
It's perception, isn't it? It's
exactly.
like, it looks like a Range Rover. And when people see 26 plate around, they go, oh, okay, they've got a brand new car, holy moly. Or they go, I don't have to worry about it. My car payment is £180 a month. And I get any problems, I just take it back. I know that works for all manner of cars, but if it's only 30 grand for that and the next nearest equivalent is 40, the monthly payments are going to be
very different.
Quite different. And obviously new cars, you pay less tax and so on. So I can imagine there's a lot of that going, and finance on newer cars is all quite cheap at the minute because
Yeah, and a lot of them are leased and like PCP and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're not actually paying say 30 grand over 4 years. You're paying a smaller chunk of that.
And it will be quite attractive for company cars because it's like large. You can transport a lot of guys. You can
All the guys. You can get all the guys in there.
You can transport all of the guys. Okay. What's it called? Car shares. It'd be fine for that.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But I mean, I haven't driven any Chinese cars, so I can't really give you an opinion. I can only go off of the current like zeitgeist and narrative. But I'm sure they're much better than people make out. They're quite affordable. Not my cup of tea, but if you're just after an car.
Yeah, if you imagine you're someone who's like got a family, you got 3 kids and a dog. You don't really care about cars. You see a brand new Range Rover looking thing and it's £180 a month. You would probably just do that, wouldn't you?
Gets car seats in. It'd be interesting to hear what some of you guys think about Chinese car ownership, whether any of you own them or have looked into them or have had them as like a loan car or a hire car or a rental or whatever. I am curious to hear what you guys as car people who have had experience in those cars think and feel about them.
100%. And then third on the list.
And then...
So this is a question you pitched me. Tell the people what you pitched me.
Okay, so context. I was at work. I was on the toilet. That's where,
Good start.
That's where all the best thoughts happen because...
That's where you're paid to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're on the clock, you're being paid, but you're stealing time because you need the toilet. Excellent. Great place to start. So I was thinking, what is the best combination? Because you hear it everywhere, the ultimate setup for a 3-car garage, right? Now, caveat, because everyone will give you the same answer. They'll go generic SUV, GT3 RS, and so on. They'll do that. Everyone's got 3 cars. That's a question that's either impossible or easy, and everyone's done it. Now, my question to you is, Ryan, my remix of this is, we can do the same thing, 3 cars for your 3-car garage, but they all must have the same engine. Now, I don't care if it didn't come with that engine, but all of the cars must have it.
So obvious you could 2J swap everything, but they all have to have that engine.
So, for example, if you were to go for an OEM, you would go BMW. You would have a B58 Z4, a B58 3 Series Touring, and a B58 X5.
But would they all have to be the same make? Or could I put a B58 in the MR2?
You could. I'm just using that as an example that already exists in the world and is a 3-car garage, all with the same engine and likely the same transmission.
What about the
combo.
transmissions? Can I change that?
You can do whatever you like with those.
Okay.
But that's an example from a manufacturer.
Right.
So my personal choice, right, my triple threat setup would be an LSA powered Transit, an LSA powered BMW Touring of some description.
If you have to narrow it down, what would you pick?
F80 Touring.
Okay.
That's a nice one. And my final one, my jazzy one, my weekend car, would be an LSA powered E30.
What shape?
E30.
So the coupe, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What shape? Yeah. Yeah, coupe.
What gearbox? In all of them?
In the Transit, I'd have a 8 HP or 10-speed cushy auto.
ZF sort of thing.
In the wagon, I'd have a manual. And in the E30, I'd have a manual.
2 BMs. That is interesting.
It says a lot, doesn't it, when I own a Mercedes?
It is like, oh, you know what I should do? I should go and buy this E36 with the turbo Honda engine. I'll just give the E36 away or something. No, Alex, you in your heart you want that E36.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I want the E36, you know me, that engine would never leave it.
No, you would end up
I'd be like, I've got my Turbo K20, I'll keep the
I need to
Merc
buy
stock.
another Honda. Okay,
right. tell me. You've got... We'll come back to you guys in 10 seconds, maybe.
I reckon I've got it.
Okay, go on, let it rip.
Crazy.
Let it rip.
You're all going to hate me for this. EJ 207.
Oh, God.
207, though, the good one.
Is that the JDM one?
2 litre STI engine.
Okay.
I would have that in... So I'm not going to do the generic SUV thing, but I would have the Mark II pre-facelift Forester STI.
Okay.
Although I think it's more of an XT, but you can STI.
So that's like your wagon equivalent?
That would be my daily, I reckon. That's a very all-purpose vehicle. I would then need a little sports car type thing. You know, I'd be very tempted to say an FD RX-7 with an EJ.
That would be an absurd combination.
An FD RX-7, for me, as much as I love Subarus, the FD to me is the best looking car ever made. And I wouldn't buy one, but I do think it's the best looking car ever made.
They are very cool.
So that would be my like fun car. I could do light track in it, would set it up really aggressive for the road. I've got my wagon / SUV / whatever.
Okay, what's your rig providing the EJ?
The EJ's not surviving. But and then I would have, you know what? I'd have a Disco 2.
Disco 2 with an EJ.
And then the gearbox, I would have a sequential in the RX-7.
Fair.
I would have
totally fair.
The 6-speed STI manual in the wagon. Yeah. And I would, you know what? I'd go like big lazy auto in the Disco.
Yeah, fair. AHP.
So it's, that my reasoning for the EJ, I'm not looking into fuel economy, but then you have an LS, so are you really looking
I'm supercharged LS in all 3 of my cars.
I'm not looking for reliability, to be fair. Not the least reliable engine. You just got to change the oil very frequently.
Yeah, every 200 to 300 miles.
And for me, there is no sound that's better than an EJ. And I love a V8. I love a lumpy idle V8. I'm not so keen on the rotaries, but the EJ to me, I know it's not the best engine. I know it's probably one of the top 5 worst engines, but I love it. And I can't, being able to go out green laning and hear that sound, being able to rip round a track, hear that sound, and being able to just daily it hearing that sound, I don't think I'd ever get tired of it.
I mean, to be fair, there was no stipulation for how you tune them. So you could do what you like.
Could do equal length headers in the, I wouldn't.
Do a 3 litre stroke in the
stroke it to the point of like
block is this thin.
I'll stroke it so good. Crazy.
Chat clip that. Before we move off that section,
go on.
I would be curious as to, once again, asking you guys, what's your 3 and what's your engine of choice? You don't have to go into loads of detail, but I would just be curious to hear what you guys pick. I mean, it might just kickstart a new obsession and marketplace hunt and end up with us buying more shit.
But where are we at? What are we doing? Do you know what I mean? We're just general life question. What the fuck are we doing here?
Where are we?
We got to a stage, I think, where I've got to a stage. I'm going to make a dedicated video on this. Got to a stage with iRacing where I've been doing it for 3 years, or 2.5 years of non-stop. And you can imagine, like, for a 24-hour race, how much prep goes into that. Then you think about, I've got to film it all. Then I've got to edit it all, plus do my 2 jobs. It gets to a point where it's like, you kind of just get burnt out with it.
Yeah.
So the reason for this, other than obviously, like, you've been behind the scenes on basically everything, it's like, we're here because a slight pivot from sim racing, I think, is required. Or, you know, temporary. Maybe in a couple of years, I'm like, right, we'll jump straight back into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's important to note for the many folk that have joined us recently and in the last couple of years. Thank you for that, by the way. But our origins was us 2 of an evening after college, messing around with my cars, talking about buying cars, talking about doing all these crazy engine swaps and all of this and that. And if you go back through the channel to like the very, very early stuff, you'll see that. But it's just a pivot back to our roots, allowing you to take a bit of a break from the intensity of the iRacing, and then like do a bit more like passion driven videos like the Beam one and things of that nature. But also, if we can pivot into making videos doing what we love, like making our cars functional or better, or even if this
functional is such a good word, making the car, making this not actually warm up properly, and
I feel like it can hear us,
making the Subaru stop properly. I mean,
wow, making them go and stop properly.
Here's one thing.
Imagine.
Here's one thing I wanted to talk about. I haven't put it on the notes, but I do want to talk about this.
Oh, let me tell you something.
Something that really, like, I watch a lot of YouTube, mostly on in the background when I'm working, because of my job. I'm sat at the desk and I just have stuff on. Seeing people go, oh, you know, like Will, for example, from TDC, like I just bought a Lamborghini.
Crazy
and I'm
work
struggling,
from him.
you know,
Congratulations.
like I've had to finance it, but I've done it.
Yeah.
And you've got him show up and it's got like cracks in the bumper and stuff, and in him be able to go, yeah, I don't mind it so much. And then on a £250,000 car, which again, congrats to him. I'm not like judging him, whatever, but it makes me feel better about like that cost less than $3,000. The Subaru costs just over $3,000, really, under $4,000. So, and I know that, but you know that thing you told me of the closer you look at something, the worse it gets.
Yeah, it's the more time you spend with a car, the more things you'll see.
The more flaws come up.
So I distinctly remember having my first car, and the previous owner was a family member, and she kept it very, very clean, looked after it, full service history. I'm like, wow, it's immaculate. And then I had it for like 3 months, and I was like, oh, there's a scratch on the bumper, like this wheel's got a little chip in it, and a year had passed, and I was like, oh, the side skirt's got a little scrape, and like underneath it's a bit crusty here and a bit crusty there. And then just the more you look, the more you find. And it gets disheartening, but you need to remember like the square footage of looking over a car, all the angles and all the different bits and bobs that can possibly be not 100%. You're always going to find something. But it's basically like I always say to you, you're going to find things wrong, but stick to the plan. You want the car, you want to keep the car, you just keep chipping away at it until it's how you want it, or as close as you can get it, or even if it's not, like
but that's what made, because like I had it in my brain that when I bought my Subaru, it was literally going to disintegrate on the drive. They're known for doing that.
They do that,
and
keep an eye on that.
But then Alex had a little look and he was like, yeah, it's pretty bad, but it's like it's not bad. But the more that I watch, because like I'm not obsessive, but for some reason, like I'm not even close to being OCD or anything like that. I've got so much going on in my brain that like the thoughts just replace themselves and I never remember it. But for some reason I had this like obsession that the Subaru was going to collapse. And then I started seeing people go like, yeah, I've got problems with my £100,000 car or my £1 million Bugatti. And I'm just like, well, and I could spend 10 grand basically redoing everything on that Subaru and it would probably be fine.
So a thing that never happened, never came to fruition.
Top 5 things that never happened.
Top 5 things of Alex's impulsive ideas that never happened. Episode 1, the Evo that we were scheming of purchasing, long story there, turned out to be a catastrophic write-off. And I do regret not buying it because it would be cool to have an Evo. I forgot where I was going with this.
We were talking about how you can get cars to a certain point. We were talking about the thought of it being disintegrated.
Yes. So the Evo that we almost purchased but didn't because it was a write-off was terrible, but it was very cheap for an Evo. And so this kickstarted a conversation with my friend, and he was like, well, you know, why don't you just sell the Mercedes? You had it for a while, you've had your fun, you probably make a bit of profit on it and then put that money into an Evo. And now a thing that's probably worth keeping in mind as a car person, if you have obtainable goals versus sort of lofty goals. So like an Evo is end game for me. But a thing to note is if you have if you don't have an Evo budget, if you don't have like 30 grand to go out and go buy a nice one that's verified as good, then you're always going to be a little bit disappointed when it comes to that level.
So if you spent like 25 grand, and you didn't get you might have stuff that you need to do on it, and you've already spent 25 grand.
Yeah, you'd be so pissed off. Whereas if I put 10 grand into the Merc, a bit like if you put 10 grand into the Scooby, it's one of a kind, and it's your car, and you know it. You've gone through it, and it is how it is. Now that's not good financial advice. Maybe don't put 10 grand into your, don't you fucking Civics or whatever.
Thought he was going to say don't put 10 grand into any Subaru then.
But it is like relative.
Yeah, no, I agree. It puts stuff in perspective. Like, I don't feel good that Will feels bad that his Mercy is a little bit ropey in places. What I feel is that shift of perspective, because to me 10 grand's a lot of money to put into a car, but in the real world 10 grand's not a lot of money to put into a car. And like it's with stuff like this, I can realistically in the moment a few £100 on some bits and bobs to get this sorted sounds like a lot of money, but if you put it in the broader context of how much cars cost, it's not that bad. It's not really bad at all, is it?
Yeah, so I suppose, like, not to waffle, it's like there's a couple of schools, you can go the Bolian/Will route, get your dream car, get a rough one, you've got it, you've got your car. You can make it better. Yeah. And then that on a smaller scale is don't sweat all of the small stuff, because you've got your car, you've done the hard bit, you've gone out and found it, you can just chip away at it, make it better, stick to the plan, you want that car. It's not all that for awkward. Context,
for like to be clear, I'm not hating on Will. It's just an example that I've watched recently.
Yeah.
His car's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like
I totally agree with that school of thought though.
I think it also
jump on it.
Is it because of the way we grew up or like whatever, but our goals are like our goals are pretty, like, it's weird. Like, I had this conversation, I can't remember who I was talking to in SRG, and they were like, your dream car's like a Porsche or something. And I'm like, that sub $4 grand Subaru on my drive is literally my dream car. I go, oh, that's easy to say because you've got it, so you would feel like that's your dream car. No, your real dream car is like a Lamborghini. I'm like, no, brother. No. You handed me £1 million Lamborghini. You handed me a jade green R34 GTR. Like, you could put all of these things in front of me. 22B. Fantastic. I want that piece of shit on my drive. I just want it to work.
It's one of those things. I don't think we were ever supercar car guys. Like, obviously they're magnificent pieces of engineering. I can appreciate them for sure. But
or even like the I mean, it's a bit different for you maybe with the S15. Yeah. But like even like the GTRs and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that's
never been. I've wanted an R33, but I've always wanted a Subaru more than an R33.
It's like it is. I don't know how to word that.
And it's not like, oh, look at me, my goals are attainable. Like, it's literally just, I've got a weird fucking autistic obsession with these cars, and everything else is cool. I'm not one of those people who's like, Subaru's better than Evo. I know an Evo is probably objectively better, and I love Evos. When I see an Evo, I probably get as excited.
Yeah.
But myself, I'm like, I just want that thing.
Well, I suppose you can probably trace a lot of like your dream car stuff and like your car interest back to what games you grew up playing, what films or telly you grew up watching, and so on. But mine have always been like things like, I've always loved like dream cars of mine have always been like the S15, Evos, any of them.
Yeah.
The 190.
Yeah.
And an E30.
Z3? As a kid?
Z3 as a kid, for sure. There's like a little picture of me stood in front of a Z3 like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
It's also why I think my favourite Ferrari is the 360, which is the one that everyone went, why have they gone to like... Well, 355 I love, but the 360 was the one that was on my wall as a kid.
Yeah.
It was that and Colin McRae in a Subaru, and then Colin McRae in a Focus.
My poster car as a kid was a F430 Spider.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Is that aging you a bit?
That is aging me.
Ancient guy.
Yeah. What were your guys' poster cars? That would be another good thing to... this will age us, and maybe international folk won't get it, but do you remember Book Day?
Yeah, World Book Day. Yeah.
Or Book Fair Day.
Did you get the Top Trumps book?
I got the Top Trumps book with the Enzo in.
Yeah.
And it was around the time like Gumball was huge.
Yeah.
And I remember just always thinking about the Enzo. Like, it's not a dream car of mine, but like it is. Like, I'd never want one. Car. I'd never want one.
No,
but like,
it's a hero car, isn't it?
Holy moly, what a thing. That and the Koenigsegg CCX. Was that the first one?
CC8?
CC8. You guys will know. I'm not super
It was the original Holy Trinity. It was the Carrera GT was the big one.
Yeah.
I remember having that. Like, I had a little remote control car of that. I thought that was cool as hell.
I mean, they are all objectively really cool, but one of the strange things about going to, for example, somewhere like Goodwood or somewhere of that nature, not being a supercar guy, like, you still get the buzz. You go like, wow, supercars. Like, there's a Koenigsegg in a field. That's amazing. Yeah. The historic racing cars are great. But as somebody who sort of idolizes more basic cars like an Evo. I know it's a spectacular car and it's not, it's not just regular traffic, but as someone who idolizes them, and then you're in like a field full of supercars, you're like not as excited. Like, I've got a picture on my phone of an Evo parked outside of this unit like 5 years ago.
Really?
And I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. And it was like a TME, or a white TME.
Wow.
5
I think
or 6.
I remember seeing the picture you sent me of that.
Yeah.
It's weird though. It's that weird like obsession with a particular car. But it's, like if we were like that about an F430 or a Porsche, maybe it would seem a bit more normal. But it's because, I don't know.
Well, it's my cousin. He is a supercar fanatic. And it's weird because obviously you have your influences, and his dad and my uncle is also that, but he's very similar to my dad in that he likes modified cars. He's grown up around hot rods and grown up around that sort of thing. So it's strange that he's taken the
cars,
the left field
not,
approach, not really that into modifying cars, but it is very interesting. Very interesting, dream cars and how that materializes in the car that you end up with, But we'll see.
Which brings us back. We've ended up with all these cars. And now the fun part is fixing them.
Well, hopefully through the emotional support of whichever of you lunatics are willing to listen to this, we can get through making all of them roadworthy, and maybe a few upgrades along the way. Yeah. One last thing.
Go on.
If there's anything that you guys would like to hear us talk about specifically, or any questions you have,
even if it's iRacing related, I will question this man who's never touched iRacing in his life.
Not even one
I'll
time.
just chuck, what do you think about this thing? And then you go, yeah, they're really good actually. Yeah, I like that one.
I'm going to go into it with maximum confidence. I hope you know that.
You're like, new M2, fantastic, really good.
Love the chassis on that. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good
Force
rear end
feedback's
balance.
Phenomenal.
So much feedback is being forced right now.
It's been forced upon me, whether I want or not, rather. I'll take feedback.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll do.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, guys.
Yeah, cheers, bye.
Yeah, thanks, Ian. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Yeah, bye.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.